Got it going?
I think so. Not very professional, but...
I mean, has that stopped us before? Since when is professionalism a requirement for this thing? Like...
So we're getting a new couch. Because Nathan's old casting couch was just finally broke down.
It's so... Like, I mean, when you get something for free on Craigslist, like, you're not getting quality. But, I mean, hey, at least it wasn't, like, filled with, like, AIDS or something terrible. Like, it was a couch that lasted me 2 years. Like, for free? That's good. So, now I'm getting another free couch.
From a reliable source.
Yeah, but from, like, a friend. A family friend. So it's not going to be like, I picked it up on the side of the road because I got there first. Like,
we're also in a U-Haul, which Nathan's never driven.
yeah, I hate turning.
Yeah, turning feels like it's going to be the last moment of your life.
I mean, but also, like, any fucking person, I'm so worried I'm not going to, like, recognize them. Thank God I'm not driving downtown right now. I'd kill so many, like, fucking scooters.
Oh, dude.
Fuck this thing. I saw people get ticketed yesterday on scooters.
Oh, nice.
And it made me so happy. It's like fucking finally, after like a year and a half, finally somebody got caught being an asshole.
Good. Fucking injustice to the world.
Right? And hey, New Braunfels got rid of them.
Dude, yeah, New Braunfels, which if the one viewer who watches our podcast doesn't know where the fuck that is, it's like...
It's like Round Rock, but south.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what it is.
Pretty much. It's just about like maybe 45 minutes to an hour south of...
It's around the Buc-ee's.
Yeah, south of Austin. Yeah, and if you've ever, again, driven through Texas, I-35 going south, it's where the Buc-ee's is. Yeah, into San Antonio.
It's your halfway point.
Yeah. So, this might just be one whole running, like, pod.
I mean, yeah, I figured we haven't filmed a pod in over a month. So
Yeah.
So, what's new? Captain Marvel happened.
Dude, Captain Marvel was good. Yeah, we fucking watched the movie and didn't do it.
We watched it together. And then it was like, all right, later.
Yeah, we watched it with like the intention of like doing the podcast, like either that night or the next day or that weekend or something.
And then I didn't see you till the gender reveal.
Exactly. So yeah, I'm having a baby. Don't know if that was a new. We're 6 months into this motherfucker.
It has a name.
Right. And so we just
Did we know you're married yet on this?
I think there's an episode where Stephanie was like, do they know you're married? And I'm like, they being like
about the beginning episodes when Stephanie's in the corner commenting and like giving us directions. Look more at the camera, babe.
Yeah, so a
that
baby.
Was funny.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, speaking of baby.
Yeah, well, so yeah, I'm having a baby. Don't need to give that. Anyways,
back.
Captain Marvel was what's good. I enjoyed it. I thought it was like a solid.
It is a solid B movie.
Exactly, that's what I just said. Yeah.
It's like, I don't know. It's like the first Captain America movie. It's like Ant-Man and the Wasp. Like, it's nothing that's like amazing. It's just solid. I don't think it necessarily deserves all of like the hate it's getting.
Oh God.
Because I think most of it is just like, what? People think that someone with a vagina could be a hero? I don't think so. I'm going to go to my men's rights activist groups and complain about Brie Larson on the internet because she has an opinion that I disagree with. It's like, fuck you. It's a goddamn movie. She blows up spaceships with her fists. Like, chill out.
Yeah, while Captain America throws a fucking shield.
Yeah, what a puss.
Good movie. I like the twist with the scrolls. Some people kind of tripped out about it.
I'm one of those people that are like, what's gonna happen? It's like, all right, there's no more like Brotherhood of Mutants to fight the X-Men. It's like, it's kind of like a huge enemy that we're just like not gonna do But they still may do it. We don't know. It's been 20 years since we last saw a Skrull.
Yeah,
It could
that's
be
true.
something.
So one of the theories that I am in agreement with is that what will probably happen is that there will be like a resurgent group of Skrulls that are kind of like these crazy, just like renegades that are going to use Earth as like a home base and a home front. Kind of like they didn't get the memo that that fucking Captain Marvel was on their side or something, and they'll like lose their shit and just go crazy, and those will be what we end up getting for like the Super Skrulls or whatever.
There's still one Skrull from the movie that's unaccounted for.
Yes, that is true.
So it's somewhere on Earth. Who knows what could happen? And it would also parallel like Ronan's story, because Ronan was just like a Kree soldier who then was like, fuck this, I'm going to be an extremist.
Exactly.
So then it would make sense to have somebody on the other side.
Yeah.
And then have like extremist Skrulls. And like you said, that's how we get Super Skrull.
Yeah. This movie was very much so like kind of a political statement per like the illegal aliens being on Earth and blah blah blah.
We should not close our borders.
Exactly.
Hate these weird, darker people than us.
Who can shapeshift.
Just like, never mind. Joke not happening.
I knew where that was going.
Where? Never mind.
So yeah, it was very much so a political statement, not just because of the fact that the main protagonist was a female, but also again because of the whole like aliens being in our country and world, etc., etc. Which I think they played off pretty well, especially since some of the more farther right people that I know didn't catch on to that, so they were obviously able to either blend that in a little bit more or do a good job of making it like not so much a smack you in the face, like I guess statement.
They were literally aliens in a foreign land seeking refuge. Like, it's one of those things where it's like so obvious that you don't see it.
That's true. That is true. So
like, it's not a perfect movie. I have my problems. Like, I don't really see much. Like, I don't think they really developed Captain Marvel or Carol like as a character. Like, she doesn't change in the story. There's no like arc that she as a character develops. She is just, I am for freedom. If I think I'm doing the right thing, then I'm gonna do it. And that's sort of like it. She, like, I don't know. I think it's probably the fact that she's coming in right at Endgame, and they're also trying to set her up for the future. So it's like, we just need to get this done right now, and then make sure she's super fucking powerful, and then, like in Captain America, we'll have the good movies come later, and just like have this okay one to introduce.
yeah. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. I think there wasn't a lot of character development that could have happened, but I think they, as you stated, are just prepping for a lot more. They have a lot more going on with this. A lot was riding on this movie, not just because it was like Marvel's first female character to lead a movie, but also because this is like realistically the jumping point for everything to come after. Supposedly, Marvel exec Kevin Feige was making comments how like this next phase and the next like generation of heroes for Marvel is going to be like very female based, which is like super cool because you have a potential to get like a whole bunch of awesome characters. Miss Marvel, Kamala Khan is rumored to be one of those.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a flagship one.
Yeah,
like how they had Spider-Man come in at the beginning of Phase 3.
Yeah.
I feel like midway through Phase 4, it's going to be like, oh my god, Captain Marvel's so amazing. We're going to have a Middle Eastern superhero.
Yeah.
Can you define Kamala Khan's powers? I think it's just like less developed Mr. Fantastic. Where it's just like mainly her arms?
You're not far off. So
She can't like stretch her head? and
yeah,
stuff?
so they actually, like, in one of the more recent issues, and I say recent, but it was like maybe about 6 months ago, and
It's recent for comics. It's like, what, 5 issues ago? Like,
yeah, actually, you're just about spot on.
yeah, it's like usually like a month, every month or twice a month.
Yeah,
it's not crazy long.
Yeah, okay, yeah, no, that's good. So yeah, about 6 months ago, they went over. They had a couple issues where they talked about like her powers. She is an Inhuman, so Inhumans are like the people who are part Kree essentially, and it just kind of goes into like who were the people that like came to Earth and created humans. It kind of jumps into like that whole theory that like, oh, we're just like projects from alien creatures, and so
Yeah, pretty much says we are.
yeah. And so what essentially happened was like back in the times of like cave people or whatever, Kree came down, did DNA testing on some of the cave people, and some people have Kree DNA, and so when they're affected by the Terrigen Mist, they turn into Inhumans, etc. And so her powers, they like went into it a little bit, and they like figured out that she has like some kind of like her aura, like energy field, personal energy field or whatever, like it changes the molecular structure of everything that is within her aura or something, because if you pay attention to it, and it was kind of weird, but they noticed how like all of her clothes grow and shrink with her. Anybody who she's touching or who she's holding grows and shrinks with her. So it's like anything that is within her personal like aura, like I said, it's it like changes the molecular structure or the like molecular like I think what do they call it, trellis or man, I don't know. They went into it, but it was kind of cool how they described it and kind of went into it. But yeah, that's essentially her powers. So she, like you said, is kind of like a strange Mr. Fantastic, but it's a little bit more cool, I think.
It's a bit more mystical than just like my bones move.
Yeah, exactly. And so yeah, she can do that. She embiggens and shrinks.
That was simultaneously helpful and not helpful at the same time. Like, yeah, it's her aura. Okay, so it's a little more mystical, but not necessarily clarifying.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't know, comics.
But yeah,
like,
right.
You don't think about it too hard.
No, but that's also how they explain like how she can breathe in the microverse. It's because like all the molecules or oxygen molecules that surround her, like compensate, or her energy field or whatever compensates for the size. So I don't know. It was pretty cool. She's cool. I like her character. I read her comics. And I'm excited for the Marvelous Miss Marvel. I think that's the new, or Magnificent Miss Marvel, something like that. That's her new issue or comic series. But yeah, Captain Marvel was good. It's cool to see how it's going to lead up into everything. And it looks like we are at our destination.
That's actually perfect timing.
Yeah, boom. Podcast over.
Boom.